Okay, so good morning. It's 6:39 a.m. That's the start time for this recorded video. Okay, last recorded video, I already introduced the AM, the amplitude modulation, and together with its parameters, the modulation index, the bandwidth of the AM, and the transmitted power, total transmitted power. Now let's proceed with AM modulating circuits. Okay, so this will be the new topic. So the location in a transmitter when modulation occurs determines whether the circuit is a low or high level transmitter. Okay, so modulating circuits can be classified either low or high level transmitter siya. Pag low level transmitter or low level modulation, okay, the modulation takes place prior to the output element of the final stage of the transmitter. In other words, it is prior to the collector of the output transistor in a transistorized transmitter, prior to the drain of the output FET in a FET transmitter, or prior to the plate of the output tube in a vacuum uh, tube transmitter. Okay, now ang pasabot lang sa low level is ang imuhang input o output, ang imuhang carrier o ang modulating signal is there serves as the input to the final stage sa imuhang transmitter. Kasagaran ng final stage is the amplifier itself. Okay, I will cite you an example. Okay, so this is the example of a low-level transmitter circuit. Okay, this is an amplifier. Okay, so ato na siyang i-snipping kay para dili na ta mag-scroll up or scroll down. Okay. So prior to the output of the prior to the collector of the output of the transmitter, so this is an example of low level modulate amplifier or low modulation circuit. Ang imuhang what we call it, ang imuhang output nimo sa imuhang amplifier mismo is at the collector side of your transistor, particularly the BJT. This is a bipolar junction transistor. This is the symbol for the BJT. So kung buto na naon nimo, duha ang yang input. The first one is the carrier signal and the second one which is the modulating signal. Okay. So expound ako na later as we go along with this topic. Now, an advantage of low-level modulation is that less modulating signal power is required to achieve a high percentage of modulation. So, ang advantage lang, mo na yung advantage, gamay lang, no? Gamay, it needs a less power para mo achieve lang ang high percentage sa imuhang modulation. Now, in high-level modulators, the modulation takes place. So it occurs at the final element of the final stage where the carrier signal is at its maximum amplitude and thus require a much high amplitude modulating signal to achieve a reasonable percent modulation. So as I've said, in high modulation, sa ang final stage, final element is dito sa amplifier nyo side where the carrier signal and modulating signal are the inputs. Okay? So that is low level modulation. Pero ang kalainan po niya in high level, pag mo yung bugag high level modulation or high level transmitter, the final modulating signal amplifier must supply all the sideband power, okay, which could be as much as 33% of the total transmit power. Okay, so that is in high level modulation. the a disadvantage lang sa low level modulation is that in higher power applications where all the amplifiers that follow the modulator stage must be linear amplifiers, so which is extremely inefficient. Meaning ana is ang final amplifier circuit nimo pag low level lang is it must be a linear amplifier. Okay, kasagarang power amplifiers that follows the linearity in power amplifier is the class A power amplifier. Tama na sa inyong electronics 2, no? So class A power amplifier, ang naka-advantage niya is it follows with the linearity. Meaning gani sa linearity gani sa electronics is kung unsa ang imong input mo pud ang imong output. Walay na kuan, walay wala ang imong output signal, ang output voltage nimo sa imong class A is dili siya clip, but rather it is a whole signal, pero man siya amplified or increasing the gain. Okay? So kung sinusoidal lang imong input voltage nimo, sinusoidal pud ang output voltage nimo. That's the meaning of linearity. Okay? Linearity is important, especially in modulation. Okay? So pag sa modulation mangod sa kailangan man nimo og linear amplifier, sorry, because kailangan buo ang imong information signal. Kaya dili pwede i-clip mismo automatically. Kaya kung mo clip na, makuha na siya at the output stage. So, what will happen is, kung siya, unintelligible ang signal. Muna pasabot. Unintelligible signal means, kung siya, kung na, na nakuhaan siya, na-clip na siya, pag-abot sa receiving, so, it mean, pag-abot sa receiving is, dili siya masabtan sa naminaw, no, sa listener. Okay? So that makes it unintelligible nga signal. Now, let's proceed with the low-level AM modulator. Okay. In the figure for 4-15A, okay. So, the figure 4-15A is muna iyahang circuit mismo. So, this is a single transistor emitter modulator. Later na lang output waveforms. Okay. So, later na siya. So, asa tong picture na to. Ano Now, this amplifier, it has two inputs. So, isa ani ang carrier signal. Ang second is the modulating signal. Okay. Pag walay modulating signal, wala na So, carrier lang. The circuit operates as a linear class A amplifier lang. So, in the output is simply the carrier amplified by the quiescent voltage gain. Unsa ang quiescent, sir? Quiescent or the Q point, no? 'Di ba? Pag mayong ka og Q point sa electronics, that is the points where the semiconductor operates properly, no? With the proper biasing. Mo man ang pasabot sa Q point. Karon, so pag walay modulating signal, meaning ito nga statement is carrier lang ang imong input, so mag-act lang ni siya as a normal class A amplifier. Class A amplifier na gid siya, linear na gid siya. So yang i-amplify is ang carrier lang mismo. However, when a modulating signal is applied, so pag naana niya modulating signal, the amplifier operates non-linearly. So, non-linear na siya. Okay? And signal multiplication as described, so by the equation 4-10. Katong equation 4-10, that is the general equation sa AM, di ba? That is the voltage of the AM as a function of time. Di ba? Kung nakakay modulating signal, carrier, if you combine that one, you have here the equation, di ba? It uses trigonometric identity. So the product of sign may yata to, no? So the product of a sign. So I will check the notes. Kung product of sign ba to siya, 4-10. Okay, so product of sign, di ba? Your modulating signal is a function of a sign function. Actually, pag information, it could be sine or cosine. Then for the carrier, that is the sine function. Okay, now in this figure, okay, ang carrier signal nimo, so the carrier signal is applied to the base. Oh, mamani, that's the input. And the modulating signal to the emitter kay kung na ang emitter nimo nga signal. Okay. So with this configuration, ang tawag ani nga circuit is emitter modulation. Nganong emitter modulation man? Because the modulating signal is located at the emitter terminal of your bipolar junction transistor or BJT. Okay? So the modulating signal, it varies the gain of the amplifier at the sinusoidal rate equal to the frequency of the modulating signal. So if you look the equation, the voltage gain, okay, this will be the voltage gain of your emitter modulator. Okay. Now, if you set the value of your sine as a maximum to 1, so kung and ang minimum niya is negative 1, so you have here the equation that your voltage gain equal to the A sub Q is the amplifier quiescent, that is the voltage gain sa imuhang amplifier mismo. And then 1 plus minus M, that M is your modulation index. Okay. Now, unsa na ayang output waveform aning signal, sir? Okay, we refer to the second figure. Okay, there's one. This is the letter B, no? So ato ni siyang i-clip, ato siyang i-snipping. Okay, mita na tog snipping tool. Now, this will be your output waveform. Okay, this will be the output waveform sa katunga circuit. Okay. The modulating signal applied to the isolation transformer T sub 1. Okay. Let's have a comparison. Sige. Kani. Para lang nato og kani nga figure. So the output, okay, the modulating signal applied to the isolation transformer. Okay, this is the isolation transformer T1. Okay, T1 na siya. To the emitter of Q sub 1. And the carrier is applied to the base. Okay. So, the modulating signal, it drives the circuit into both saturation and cut-off. So, meaning, ang pasabot is, once the modulating signal drives the transistor in both saturation and cut-off, your transistor will act as a switch. Kay, di ba, pag sa BJT, there are three operations. So, active region, cut-off, and saturation region. For switching purposes, no, for DC biasing, you have to consider, ang imuharang tanawon is the cut-off and saturation. Pag amplifier gani, you're considering the active region. Okay. So nag-act as switch ang imong transistor, no? So thus producing the nonlinear amplification necessary for modulation or okay. So the coupling capacitor, okay? So the coupling capacitor, which is C2, okay, it removes the modulating signal frequency from the AM waveform. So it results a symmetrical AM envelope at V out. Okay. So now, kung ang naitabo is from your collector voltage nimo, no? Output V sub C mo ni ang naitabo. So the modulated carrier, they are superimposed onto the modulating signal. Meaning sa superimpose is nag-add lang ng duha. This is not a modulating signal. Okay? Kay ang forma nimo is sa imuhang information signal mismo kani. Pero ang iyahang carrier nimo, this one. Okay, what we want is the AM itself. So, ang purpose na lang na sa imuhang C2 is ang tanggalon niya, no? Ang modulating signal frequency. So, it means kaning C2 nimo, this circuit it acts a high pass filter. Okay? High pass filter na siya. So, it produces the resulting with an AM nga signal. Okay. Now, with emitter modulation, the amplitude of the output signal depends on the amplitude of the input carrier and the voltage gain of the amplifier. Okay? So, the modulation index sa emitter modulation nimo kanang circuit, sorry, entirely on the amplitude depends entirely on the amplitude of the modulating signal. So magagad siya sa amplitude sa modulating signal ang yang modulation index. So ang primary disadvantage lang sa emitter modulation is that the amplifier, sorry, operates only at the class A. So which is extremely inefficient. So means emitter modulators are also incapable of producing high power output waveform. So that is the disadvantage. So low level, if you want a lower power lang nga AM transmitter circuit, you have to use low level. Pero pag high power, high level na siya. Okay? So naay difference, no? Between the class A power amplifier and other amplifiers also. Okay, now let's proceed for the medium power AM modulator. Okay. So, early, medium, and high power AM transmitters were limited to those that use vacuum tubes for active devices. Okay? Sa dati, ang kasagarang transistor before the transistor was developed, okay? Vacuum tubes ang ginagamit as a semiconductor device. Obsolete na siya, na phase out na siya because it is bulky, no? Pakitaon na lang tamo unsa ng vacuum tube. Okay? Okay, vacuum tube. Kani. So, these are the vacuum tubes. Okay? So, mo ni ang mga before the BJT or FET nga na-create, vacuum tubes are introduced. So, dagan siya og tiil, no? Terminal. Nga apan na nga ni kay medyo bulky kaayo ni siya. Dagko ni siya. Okay? So, with the due to the invention by Shockley, no? Tulungan sila nag create, no, sa BJT. So na-create si BJT and also sa FET. Sa FET is lahi ang nag-develop, no? So BJTs and FETs were used, no, to replace the vacuum tube. So The purpose is mas gamay siya and mas efficient also. Okay? So, in the mid-1970s, solid-state transmitters have been available with output powers as high as several thousand watts. So means, paano siya? Transistorized na siya. Okay? So this is accomplished by placing several final power amplifiers in parallel such that their output signals combine in phase and thus additive. Additive na siya. Now, in a given figure 17-A, okay. So ato ni siyang lailahon. This one. This is a figure 17-A. So I will snip this one kay para nata magbalik-balik og scroll, no? Scroll down. So that's it. This is this figure. So in this circuit, okay, ang modulation, okay, it takes place in the collector nga side. Okay. So ganina ang modulating signal na sa emitter. Karon ang modulating signal na sa collector sa BJT. Okay? So which is the final output element of the transistor. Okay? So therefore, if this is the final active stage of the transmitter, okay? So it means there are no amplifiers between it and the antenna. So it is considered as high level modulator. High level na siya. High level modulator circuit. Okay. Now to achieve high power efficiency, medium and high power AM modulators generally operate, no? Operate siya at the class C. That is another type of power amplifier. Okay. So a practical efficiency for the class C power amplifier could be as high as 80% as possible. Okay. So this figure here, this is a class C amplifier lang na siya, no? Class C power amplifier. So na siya yung duha ka input. First one, ang carrier na sa base. Okay? The second one is the modulating signal. So at the tapad siya, no, with the VCC. Okay? Ang kani siya mga transformer, dili ni katong transformer nga ginagamit sa mga power supply. This is a small signal transformers na siya. Gagmay na, no? Actually, gagmay na siya nga transformer. So because the transistor is biased class C, it operates non-linear and is capable of non-linear mixing. So that is modulation. Okay, this circuit is called the collector modulator because collector modulator siya kay ang modulating signal is applied directly to the collector. Okay. So this coil here, the inductor here, that is called the RFC. RFC stands for radio frequency choke. This it acts as a short circuit pag DC state. Mo open circuit siya at high frequencies. Okay. So the purpose of the RFC is to isolate, no? Is to isolate the DC power supply from the high frequency carrier and side frequencies while still allowing the low frequency intelligence to modulate the collector of Q1. So, kuha na siya. That is an isolation lang na siya from DC to AC. More ganay purpose ni RFC diha. Okay? Now, for the circuit operation, okay. So refer for this figure mismo. Okay. This will be the letter B. Okay. So this is a figure 17-B. Figure dash 17B. Okay. Now, when the carrier, okay. Para tapad naman yata. Ay na lang. Nauna lang ako. So when the carrier, the amplitude of the carrier exceeds the barrier potential sa base emitter junction sa kaninga transistor circuit. Okay. So, unsa ang barrier potential, sir? That is the voltage between the base and the emitter. We all know the voltage between the base and the emitter, or V sub BE, that is equal to 0.7 volts. 0.7 means the transistor is a silicon type. Okay? Silicon BJT siya. BJT. Okay? So, you already know from your electronics 1 the difference of applying the silicon and germanium. Diba? Pag high power applications ka, medium and high power applications ka ng mga electronic circuits, you have to use silicon semiconductor. Pero pag for fast switching purposes ka, you have to use germanium. Mas paspas ang switching pag germanium ang imuhang semiconductor. Diba? Mostly, ginagamit na siya sa mga PC. No, most of the PC, particularly sa system unit kanang sa motherboard, kasagarang semiconductor component germanium ang gamit no? Germanium pag dope So muna for fast switching. Gani lang from your electronics, kung mupaspas ang switching sa isa ka semiconductor, mas paspas pud siya mo init. Okay? That's the disadvantage. So approximately 0.7 for a silicon transistor. So it means this transistor Q1 will turn on. So mo switch. So turn on siya. So kung turn on, this will be act as a short circuit. So the collector current flows. Okay. Pero pag mo drop or mo lower siya sa 0.7 volts, mo off ra po ang imuhang Q1. Okay. So maunsa ang collector current? So that is 0. Open circuit man. Diba? So it means this transistor Q1 operates between the saturation and cutoff. So sa DC state, switch lang ang anak niya. Okay? So it is controlled by the carrier signal. So collector current flows for less than 180 degrees of each cycle, and class C operation is achieved. Okay, so it means for every cycle sa imuhang carrier signal nimo, okay, it produces a wave for the collector current that is less than 180. Ganun mo less than 180 man, sir, that it should be 180, dili. Kay, di ba, kung mabalik ta sa diode ninyo, di ba, from your diode, that is the concept of the clipper and the clumper, kung ang imuhang diode is non-ideal, it means it is whether silicon or germanium diode, naa na siya operational voltage or the barrier voltage mismo. Or ang tawag na is the threshold voltage or the knee voltage. For the silicon, that is 0.7. For the germanium, that is 0.3 volts. Pag gallium arsenide, that is 1.2 volts. Okay. Now, so kung non-ideal na siya pag 0.7, whether positive or negative cycle, pag mag-forward bias ang imuhang diode, so may tabo, ang imuhang 0 volts degree 0 volts nga axis nimo, it is shifted to 0.7. So mo na bago nimong axis dito sa imuhang uh, output nimo, di ba? Sa output voltage. In this case, we are considering the collector current. So pag ma-operate siya for every positive cycle, so it produces an output signal or wave that is less than 180. Pag less than 180 degrees manggod, for every cycle that is the graph for the class C amplifier. Okay? So less than 180 ra gyud siya. Kung tan-awon nimo, dari man 0.7. Nya dari ang 0 volts. So draw a horizontal invisible line, then i-graph ra pud nimo siya. Okay? So kung tanawon nimo, phase angle ana less than 180, dari ra man ang 180. Gikan dari sa 0 hangtod dari sa middle point sa imuhang first cycle sa nga sinusoidal wave. That's the full 180. But in this case, less than 180 ra gyud na ang iyahang output signal for the class C operation, no? So meaning, every successive cycle of the carrier turns the Q1 on for an instant. It allows current to flow for a short time, producing a negative waveform of the collector. Okay, so the collector current and voltage waveform. So this will be the voltage waveform of collector current nimo. So this is the figure. Now, the collector voltage waveform resembles of repetitive half wave rectified signal. So, sa diode pa, half wave rectifier. Pero sa AM manta, half wave siya, pero ang fundamental frequency nimo that is equal to the carrier frequency. Okay. So, when a modulating signal, okay, is applied to the collector in series with the DC supply voltage, it adds to and subtracts from the VCC. So siya, the sum of the voltage nimo, pag-applyan siya og modulating signal, so pwede siya additive or subtractive dito sa VCC nimo. So what will happen is you have here a waveform for the output voltage, this one. Okay? So clip kayo siya. Okay? So in this output voltage waveform, it swings from the maximum value of the twice siya sa VCC to approximately 0 volts. So that is the collector emitter saturation voltage. Okay? So the peak change in collector voltage that is equal to VCC. So again, the waveform, it resembles of a half-wave rectified carrier superimposed with a low frequency AC intelligence signal. Pasabot niya, half-wave siya, okay, half-wave, but since naa na may modulating signal, superimposed means it is additive siya. So plus carrier signal plus the modulating signal ning kaninga waveform. Kani this is only for the carrier signal for the I sub C. Okay? So since this circuit Q1 it operates nonlinear, so it contains input frequencies. You have the carrier and the modulating frequencies. And also the sum and the difference. So you have here the upper side frequency and the lower side frequency. Okay. So because the output waveform also contains the higher order harmonics and intermodulation components. So kay sa klase na amang gining kuan na harmonics ni siya, ya na intermodulated IMD frequencies. It is band limited to upper and side frequencies lang. before i-transmit. Okay? So that is the circuit for this medium power transistor. Okay, kung tanawon nimo ang output waveform sa imong medium uh, transistor, you have here the modulating and the carrier. So if you combine, so applying the concept of class C, so mo ni siya kaning less than 180, no? So it produces the positive cycle sa AM. Yeah, with an output, the output voltage is this one. But looking at this in this signal, it is kwan siya, more siya og distorted. So it is not a smooth AM siya. So to be smooth na siya, kailangan siya og butangan og tank circuit. Okay. So this is the same, actually this is the same circuit. This is the kaninga circuit without the tank circuit. This one is this is the improved one. Okay, ang purpose sa tank circuit is to produce a smooth AM signal because these two tank components here, the C1 and L1, they're exchanging of energy. 'Di ba ang concept sa tank circuit is this one. Pag mag pag mag-charge si capacitor, it stores energy. Unya pag mo discharge na pud siya, katong discharge energy mahatag to kang inductor, so si inductor na pud ang mag-charge. Nya pag mo discharge na pud si inductor, mo charge na pud si capacitor. So nagabalik-balik na sila, charge sa pikas, discharge sa pikas. Pag mo discharge ang isa na pod, mo charge na pod ang pikas. So vice versa siya. Ang tawag na phenomenon anak, that is the phenomenon where the capacitor inductor both charging and discharging or exchanging of the energy is called the flywheel effect. Okay? So the role of the tank circuit is to have a smooth nga AM signal na siya. Okay? Then uh, pag smooth na yang producing smooth AM signal, i-transmit na siya via antenna. Okay. Now, in this improved nga medium power transmitter, naa kay C1 diha, no? Naa kay C1. Okay? Kana siya, that is a capacitance between the base and collector. Pero that is not a physically nga makita nimo siya. Okay? So pag ani man gud ang disadvantage problema pag sa amplifier ginagamit siya sa high frequency. Pag RF gani signal at radio frequencies, so naay mga junction capacitance na mag-occur na siya, it will appear na siya as the frequency of the signal increases. Okay. Unya kay it will affect no the amplitude sa imong signal. It will cause to shift no an angle of 180 degrees. Okay. So shifted I'm not mistaken, that is 90 yata, 90 degrees. Okay. Dili na 90. Nakalimot mo ko sa kwan. I will check the notes. So mo shift gyud siya at a certain angle. Now to compensate ang kaning capacitance, ang tawag man gud ning C1 is inter-electrode capacitance or inter-electrode capacitor. That is the capacitor occur lang siya at the high frequencies between the two junctions sa imong transistor. Okay, for this case, that is the base and the collector. So para ma-minimize na siya, naay another capacitor mismo nga o compensate ana para ma-minimize ang inter-electrode capacitance. Ang tawag kaning CN is called the neutralizing capacitor. So, neutralize niya by changing the amplitude signal, the phase itself, ang phase amplitude to 180 degrees out of phase. Okay? So, that is the purpose of C sub N. So, ang C4 dari, ang purpose sa C4 is, that is the bypass capacitor. Ang purpose lang na kay isolation between the DC power supply o RF frequency. Remember, pag amplifier, it is comprised of AC and DC state. Pag DC gani ka, that is, you are referring to the biasing part. So, pila mong resistor, pila ang dapat ang collector current, pila ang base current. So, that is the DC state. Pero pag AC state mo nang naay capacitor sa amplifier, number 1 is, that is for isolation. No? Pinaka-main yun if you review in your electronics, that is, the purpose of the capacitor is to provide a grounding na siya at AC state. So, may tabo, ang imuhang DC nimo will be equivalent to a ground na siya at AC state. Okay? Now, let's proceed for the simultaneous base and collector modulation. Okay, before nato siya mo discuss, discuss. So, this is the output AM na. So, with that help of the tank circuit, so smoothing na ang iyang AM signal nimo. Okay? Okay, so collector modulators produce a more symmetrical envelope, okay, than low power emitter modulators. And collector modulators are more power efficient. Okay. However, collector modulators require a high amplitude modulating signal and cannot achieve a full saturation to cut off output voltage swing, preventing 100% modulation from occurring. So that is the disadvantage. Okay. So to achieve a symmetrical modulation, okay, operate at maximum efficiency. So you have to develop a high output power and requires as little modulating signal drive power as possible. Okay. So that is the para ma-achieve ang symmetrical modulation sa collector modulator. Okay? So, looking at the figure 4-19, ni ang 4-19 atong zoom out para mag tanaw to rotate ay siya mo rotate ito na lang save. Ito pangitaon sa kadaghan ko upan yun. Tura. Tuyok na. So, this is the figure 4-19. Okay. So, ang modulating signal nimo, okay, modulating signal is simultaneously fed into the collectors of the two transistors. Okay. So, these two transistors here are push-pull amplifier, no? Circuit. So pag push-pull, that is class B or class AB. Okay? So collector modulation occurs in Q1, thus the carrier signal on the base of Q2 and Q3 has already been partially modulated. Okay. So in the modulating signal power can be reduced. Okay. So the modulators are not required to operate over their entire operating curve to achieve 100% modulation. So naa siya ano, uh, trade-off ba? If you want to achieve a 100% nga modulation, okay? Dapat ang imuhang circuit nimo cannot achieve a full saturation to cut off nga output voltage swing. Okay? Kung 100% modulation ang imuhang gina-attain for the in AM circuit. Okay? So na siya ay trade-off. So regarding for the modulation index. So this is the high power AM transistor. So high power na ni siya. So kani pag duha kay ka transistor, NPN duha ka NPN gani ni siya. This is a push pull, no? Push pull amplifier ni siya. Kaning linear integrated circuit AM modulators. I will not discuss this one. This is a model, no? This is XR2206. This is a monolithic function generator. I will not emphasize that one. Tuadia is the concept between the low level and high level transmitters. Okay, so we have here a low level transmitter. So this is the block of the low level transmitter. Okay, ato lang ning i-zoom kay kailangan siya i-snip. So ito siya save. Okay, discuss na natin. So, close na to. Ayan. Okay. So this is a block diagram of a low level AM DSBFC transmitter. So low level transmitter siya. So kung tanawon nimo, okay, pag low level is ang imuhang circuit nimo, ang carrier nimo ug ang modulating signal nimo naa siya sa input sa imuhang modulator, no? So wala siya sa final stage sa amplifier mismo. So atong ilaylaho ning mga components. Okay. Naa kay preamplifier diha. So nay preamp. Ang purpose of ang preamp is to raise the amplitude of the source signal to a usable level while producing minimum linear, non-linear distortion and adding as little thermal noise as possible. Ang pasabot ra is to be simplified, ang purpose lang sa preamp is to i-boost lang niya, i-boost ang modulating signal source before siya i-modulate. Okay? So, once na ma-boost no, ang yahang voltage gain sa preamplifier is not high as much possible. Gamay ra gyud ang voltage gain basta preamp. Igo ra gyud siya pasaka, no? Patasan lang ang gain, no? So pero ang gain mismo ana sa imuha modulated information signal is dili po kayo dako because namanggug kay modulating signal driver. this is a purpose na po na is aside sa i-amplify niya, this is a linear amplifier lang na siya. Okay? So, a linear amplifier that simply amplifies the information signal to an adequate level to sufficiently drive the modulator. Okay? So, pwede ka mag-add o another driver amplifier, no? To achieve a more linearity. Okay? So, linearity ra na purpose ana modulating signal driver. So, that is a linear. So, balik ko pag linearity, kung unsa ang input signal sa imuhang amplifier, sinusoidal, or po niyahang output po. Without altering the uh, signal. No? Wala siya na clip, wala siya na kuhaan. So, full swing yun siya nga uh, full swing nga signal siya with increasing its gain, but not as much nga higher gain mismo. Okay? Then na kay RF carrier oscillator. Carrier oscillator, that is your carrier signal mismo. Now, naay ground rules pag when it comes to when it comes to oscillator. Sa electronics manggod, ang rule of thumb sa oscillator is to have a stability. Stability means constant ang amplitude with a constant frequency. Dili gyud mag-vary ang amplitude sa imong carrier. Fix gyud mismo. So the FCC, so mo na ang gipa-required, no? Stability and to have a transmitter accuracy pod sa imuhang transmitter. So with that said, instead na mga biasing nga mga oscillator, we have here the Colpitts, I forgot that one, the Armstrong oscillator, the Windbridge oscillators. Those are the common oscillators pa na siya. But the problem of those mga oscillator circuits is stability. So that's why crystal oscillator ang ginagamit, no, sa transmitter. Okay. Now, sa carrier oscillator, moagi siya og buffer amplifier. Ang purpose sa buffer amplifier is that is a low gain, high input impedance lang na linear amplifier. So, ang main function is to isolate the oscillator from the high power amplifiers. So, that is for isolation. Okay? And also, the buffer, it provides a relatively constant load to the oscillator. So, it reduces the occurrence and magnitude of the short-term frequency variations. Then, emitter followers or integrated circuit op-amps are often used for the buffer. Okay. Now, once after na moagi ning duha ka signal sa ilahang mga amplifier mismo, the carrier and the modulating signal, moagi na sila sa sulod na sila sa modulator. Dito ng modulator, this is a katutong emitter or collector modulation. Okay? So after that, agi og bandpass filter, then the linear intermediate power amplifiers and final power amplifier. This is class A ra na siya or class B. Pag class B, that is push-pull amplifier. Unsay pasabot sa push-pull amplifier, sir? Ang isa ka transistor, yarang i-amplify is a positive cycle. Ang isa ka transistor, yarang i-amplify is ang negative cycle. Those positive and negative cycles will be combined, so producing a signal, a full swing signal na siya, no, at the output. So that is the meaning of push-pull. Okay. So this is required with low-level transmitters to maintain symmetry in the AM envelope. Then the last is the antenna coupling network. So coupling network means to purpose is impedance matching. So matches the output impedance of the final power amplifier to the transmission line. Okay. So kailangan mag-match kay kung dili, it results to standing wave. That is another name for term for the transmission line. To have an impedance matching. And of course, once na abot sa transmitter, then pa-antenna din, para radiate na din siya. Ilabay na din itong signal. Okay? Now, we have here, kung natay high level, napuntay, pag natay high level, napuntay, low, pag natay low level di ay, na transmitter, natay high level po na transmitter. Okay, this is the high level transmitter. This is the example of high level transmitter. Okay. So, notice, ang sa high level transmitter mismo, ang imuhang modulating o carrier signal nimo mo common na sila sa final stage nga power amplifier. Okay, the same ra na ang role na sa buffer, ang carrier driver is the amplifier, carrier power amplifier is amplifier mismo when increasing the power but not as much, no? Then, preamp, no? Amplifier lang yapon na siya. Modulating signal driver amplifier. Preamp and modulating signal driver amplifier, those are linear amplifiers lang na sila. Okay? So, pag abot sa AM modulator and output power amplifier, so this is the final stage na ng amplifier. So, pag high level, ang kaning final power amplifier mismo, that is a class C power amplifier. So that is for the efficiency, no? That is for the high power transmission. Nya, ang class C, that is also for the frequency up converter. Pag mayong kag frequency, di ba, frequency conversion, that is the process where the low converting either high or low frequency to another frequency mismo. So, for the transmitter, that is up conversion kay from low frequency converted to a high frequency. Kay transmit man siya. Pag receiver, that is down conversion from high frec to low frec. Kay ang aim na nimo is a modulating signal. Okay? So that is the high level AM. Now we have here the trapezoidal patterns. Okay. So trapezoidal patterns, these are used for observing the modulation and characteristics of AM transmitters. Okay. Ang pinaka main purpose sa trapezoidal patterns is to check the modulation index. Okay. Modulation index sa gyud ang purpose ana. Okay. So this is the full AM. This one. Then para ma-display ang trapezoidal pattern, you have to use oscilloscope. Ang isa ka proba na, that is your modulating signal. Ang isa is the AM signal input. So, checking the modulation index, this is the trapezoidal pattern output. Kani, this is the 50% nga modulation index. This is 100%. This is greater than 100%. Ang kaning letter D, this is shifted, no? Phase shifted ang imuhang modulating signal by 180 degrees. And kani is non-symmetrical nga AM. So, more gyud ang purpose sa trapezoidal pattern to check the modulation index. Okay, and of course, the shape of your AM. Okay. So, naapot tayo another term that is carrier shift. Ang carrier shift is, another name is upward or downward modulation. It is a form of amplitude distortion na siya. Okay. Meaning, ang imuhang amplitude sa positive o negative alternation sa imong AM dili pareha. Okay? Pag ang this is the carrier this is the ideal AM, then kani ang carrier shift. So kung ang positive signal nimo, positive cycle sa imo ang AM, mas ang amplitude niya mismo mas dako compare sa negative, that is called positive carrier shift. Pero pag ang negative cycle sa imong AM, mas yang amplitude mismo mas dako compare sa amplitude sa positive cycle sa AM, that is positive carrier shift. So that is carrier shift. Then we have for the non-sinusoidal nga in AM, no? So for non-sinusoidal, so it is comprised of two or more frequencies lang na sila. Okay? So kung complex repetitive waveforms, so they are made up of two or more harmonics related to sine. So that is includes square, rectangular, and triangular waves. Square, rectangular, and triangular waves, so kana siya, it is composed of harmonics biya na siya. Kung mogamit ka og oscilloscope, if you zoom in that one, if you check the rectangular wave or square wave, kung i-zoom na nimo, it is composed of sine wave ra na siya, no? So harmonics, no? Harmonics na siya. So this is the example for the AM for the non-sinusoidal. So pag triangular niya na kay carrier, so amplitude modulated siya, mabaring ang amplitude. Then pag square or rectangular, this is also the form. Okay. Then the last topic, I think last topic for this chapter is QAM. QAM means quadrature amplitude modulation. Okay? Di ba? Pag mayroong kag QAM, that is amplitude and frequency. No? Okay. Ang kalainan lang ani is ang imuhang carrier signal nimo, ang isa is in phase, ang isa is 90 degrees out of phase. Okay? So that is the concept of QAM. So ang kaning I and Q, this is I channel and this is Q channel. Ang I, it means in phase. Ang Q is quadrature. Okay? So, agi og balance modulator. So, discuss na nato na ang balance modulator once we proceed to reception. So, sa carrier nimo common sila og carrier signal, pero ang isa in phase padulong dari, ang isa is shifted by 90 degrees, no? Out of phase na siya. Then pagkahuman the I and Q signals nimo after modulation moagi sa linear summer, meaning i-add na sila, i-add ng duha ka signal, so it produces QAM output. Okay? So pag abot pod sa demodulator ana, bali. So ang QAM signal nimo na kay power splitter, so power splitter na siya, so bahinon iagi og bandpass filter, BPF is bandpass filter, then agi dayon og balance modulator. Okay. So naa kay carrier recovery. So ang pasabot lang na sa carrier recovery is yaharang kwaon ang carrier signal, no? Kasi filter. Then mo ang isa ang sa I signal nimo, so once we get mo produce at the balance modulator, so you have mo recover na imong I channel information, ang isa is ang Q channel information nimo. Okay. So, demodulating quadrature AM signals requires a carrier recovery circuit to reproduce the original carrier frequency. So, reproducing the carrier and then the and phase also, and two balance modulators to actually demodulate the signal. So this is the process called synchronous detection. Okay? So ako lang siya i-discuss in advance. Pag abot mangod sa receiver, always na ang carrier recovery. Make it correct nga yung pag filter. Ang purpose sa carrier recovery is uh, bali kung unsa ay mo ang carrier signal dito sa transmitter, mo pod ang imuhang the carrier signal at the receiver. Kay para pag-abot og iagi ang sa demodulator manggod is it is comprised of filter and amplifier. So ang i-remain lang yun is ang low frequency, which is your in modulating signal or your baseband signal na. So that is the purpose of the carrier recovery. So that's why demodulating quadrature AM signals are quite expensive when compared to conventional AM demodulator circuits. Okay. So, ang disadvantage lang sa QAM is mas complex yung circuitry compared sa conventional AM. Mas mahal siya for implementation. Okay. And also, it produces approximately the same quality demodulated signal. Ang primary advantage lang niya is the conservation sa bandwidth. Okay, so mas lesser siya. So QAM requires only half as much bandwidth as conventional AM. So almost 50% lang, no? So mas reduce ang bandwidth niya. Kaya ang bandwidth sa AM is twice man sa modulating frequency. Okay? So another name for QAM is called phase division multiplexing. So that's why it is applied also for stereo broadcasting sa AM signal. Okay? Sa TV application, ginagamit ang QAM for encoding color signals. So sa kanang analog nga TV katong CRT type. Currently, QAM is used almost exclusively for digital modulation of analog carriers in data modems to convey data through the public telephone network. QAM is also used for digital satellite communication systems. So, sa satellite comms, ginagamit ang QAM as a type of modulation. Okay? Aside sa QPSK or and other types of phase shift keying. Okay, so that is the the advantage and its disadvantage. Okay, so we're done. Time check, it's 7:48, so medyo taas-taas. We're done at the chapter 4. Oh, chapter 5 na ta on the next recorded video. So ako na siyang i-discuss na siya sa sunod. Okay, but for the meantime, so please review. Please read the book of the Tomasi, no, uh, and refer also for this recorded video as your base reference. Okay, so time check, it's 7:48. So have a good day sa inyo og mayong buntag.